I have a genuine question. Do we even need any more top 10 lists at this point? There are more top 10 lists on the internet than there are grains of sand in the Sahara Desert, and almost every avenue has been explored. Aside from yearly best of and worst of lists, top 10 lists have been milked for all they are worth and serve little purpose other than being easily digested and highly disposable entertainment. I'm pretty certain WatchMojo can just hang in their towel and call it quits at this point. Not a bad idea given they've practically done a top 10 list on everything, whether it's sodas, ice creams, or owls. But if you thought top 10 lists couldn't get any more pointless or mundane, a new challenger approaches, destined to become the king of asinine top 10 lists. I introduce to the world Top List Provider, a channel so lazy they didn't even bother coming up with a decent sounding username. At least the name is honest. They do provide you with those juicy, succulent top 10 lists, and make it all the way to the top when it comes to utter uselessness. But I'll get to that later. One thing I find common in top 10 lists, more specifically WatchMojo, is how forgettable they are, as in you could binge watch them and watch one of their videos multiple times in a row without even noticing it. Now, for as bad a problem that is with WatchMojo, at least they had a narrator talking over their videos.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our top 10 list for the most hilarious movie deaths.
Even though it's clear as day they were phoning it in for a paycheck. Top List Provider throws the idea of even the slightest bit of entertainment value out of the window as they scrap the narrator in favor of playing generic pop music in the background. It also doesn't help this user uploads multiple times a day, almost as if though it's some sort of spam account. One thing I personally can't stand is YouTubers that upload at a rate as frequent as 5 times a day. I would rather be subscribed to a channel that uploads once a month and makes outstanding quality content than a channel that uploads 5 lazily crafted borefests in a 24-hour period. These videos are so utterly devoid of entertainment value that I'd rather paint a beige wall with a second coat of beige paint than proceed to watch the beige paint dry over the already beige wall. Like, I really hate beige. Beige is the Ed Sheeran of colors, if you know what I mean. That is, unless you completely ignore the subject matters of these top 10s. I'm not denying that WatchMojo has made some pretty pointless top 10s if they're owl videos to judge by, but at least they had some semblance of standards. Anyone remember this little joke of mine?
At this point, I would not be surprised at all if they made a top 10 toilet paper brands list.
Well, it turns out I predicted the future, given that 5 months ago as of recording they decided it'd be a great idea to make a top 10 list revolving around toilet paper. You know, at least toilet paper serves some sort of purpose. An unironic top 10 list on toilet paper brands serves no purpose other than clogging up the already overflowing YouTube toilet bowl. I'd also like to remind you that this channel hails from India. Now listen, I've got nothing against India. I'm not one of these racist retards the internet has been spewing out as of lately, but I must ask, what is it with India and spam on the internet? Why are people trying to sell bathroom products on DeviantArt? And why hasn't the search and rescue team arrived to help this poor guy out of the keyboard already? It's been nearly 4 months. I'm pretty certain he's a tad bit hungry as of now. Of course, this is far from their only case of laughably retarded top 10s, given it's practically their specialty, with their most viewed video being top 10 fairness soaps in India. I once made a tweet mocking the idea of a top 10 soap brands list, so once again, life writes the jokes for me. However, the 2 previous lists I've mentioned have nothing on the utter brilliance of top 10 breast enlargement creams. I haven't the words to describe this. This is practically the only thing entertaining about this channel, the completely idiotic, pants-on-head retarded subject matters these countdowns revolve around. Despite this, Top List Provider rakes in, or at least used to rake in, quite a decent amount of views a little over a year ago, with their subscriber count currently sitting at over 50k subs. However, as of recently, they are lucky to rake in even 100 views, which is absolutely pathetic. Even with my 2,500 subscribers, I managed to rake in a lot more than what they currently make. Just goes to show you that clogging people's subscription feeds with asinine countdowns will only lead to short-lived success at the very best. At least WatchMojo's videos made you curious for what was at the end of the list. whereas these videos are completely forgettable aside from the subject matters. I can't really come up with 10 reasons why this channel sucks, but I can list 5 of them, so here we go. Number 5. The asinine subject matters. This is at the bottom of the list because at least the idea of making a countdown on toilet paper is a pretty humorous concept. That, however, doesn't stray away from the fact these lists have no reason to exist. Number 4. The hourly upload schedule. Clogging up people's subscription feeds with lazy videos is rarely a good thing, and this channel is no exception. Number 3. The generic pop music in the background. Sure, this probably has something to do with the fact I despised overproduced generic pop, but even replacing it with death metal doesn't make these videos any more entertaining. Number 2. The lack of a narrator. WatchMojo and countless others got it right. Take notes, top list provider. And number 1, the complete lack of entertainment value in general. As stated before, these videos are just plain boring, like watching beige paint dry, and countless others have done top 10s better than this sorry excuse for a YouTube channel. So yeah, top 10 lists hardly need to exist anymore at this point, given most people are just scraping the bottom of the barrel. Every subject has been tackled, and we had a good run so far. It's time to put this genre to rest and find new grounds to explore, because modern top 10 lists are the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results.